Devilfish Bay Radio.
And hi, hello, welcome back to our cute little thing that we're doing to promote The Girl Who Loved Monsters. Welcome. Yeah, gotta show the goods. There we go. Welcome back to Devilfish Bay Radio. I am the writer of writer of The Girl Who Loved Monsters, 𝘕𝘀𝑃𝑆 she they, and with me is
I'm Ashley Robin Franklin, and I am the illustrator of The Girl Who Loved Monsters, also she they. Winning.
20. We have almost too much in common, and it's very, very funny.
There's no differences. Like, you are a big reality TV person, and here's my truth, is I almost never watch TV. I know. That's our big difference that I've noticed.
That's incredible.
And it's not because I, am anti-TV. I'm not oh, I don't watch television. I just, there's something, it's it feels like such a, I don't know why I'm going into it. I'm sorry. I'm just I don't think I'm some kind of weird intellectual or something, or snob.
No.
I just it's hard for me to sit down in front of a TV for some reason. It feels like I have to lock in. And I can't multitask while I watch TV, which I feel is what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So the only time I turn the TV on is usually to watch a movie, and I have to be
fully in it.
I have to make an announcement. I'm watching a movie. No one can bother me. I've taken my dogs out. I got my snack ready. Yeah.
No, I mean, hear me out though. That makes a lot of sense. I think first of all, we're going to be talking about the process of making this book.
This is a huge derailment immediately.
But before that, though, I do get what you mean, though, because I have a really hard time. Reality television, I think kind of settles me in because of the mess and the drama of it all. But I can't watch straight up television shows without somebody there. I need a television show buddy. If you're for the pandemic, I sat and watched Lost, Friday Night Lights, The Sopranos,
okay,
and something else for the very first time because I just don't watch actual television shows.
Mm-hmm.
The last real television show I actually watched by myself was The Fall of the House of the Usher. It took me a while because I was just I gotta sit down, I gotta lock in.
Yeah. And we're busy people. We're writing, we're drawing. We're doing stuff.
It's a whole thing. I'm just Mama's tired.
Yeah. I will sometimes put on an episode of The Twilight Zone. That's me watching TV.
Yeah, but that's
about. But that's it's different. It's a completely different thing.
It's a very much like a mini movie. It's just a mini movie that you could just throw on in the background. I kind of feel the same way about The Wire, which is my favorite television show of all time. You just throw it on, and then I'm just kind of I don't really have to lock in because I know all the lines.
That's fair, yeah.
And I know what's going on. But if I hear something that I didn't hear when I first watched it, I'm just what do you mean by that? And then I'm fully just sat.
Yeah. There's some people I know who will put on TV shows and draw people I know who are cartoonists, and they'll draw their comics while watching a new TV show to them, and I'm I would just start drawing my character. I'd start drawing I'd be okay, I'm gonna draw Charlotte, and then it would turn into whoever, it would just turn to a different guy. I would just become the TV show. I don't have that kind of focus. I don't know.
No, I get you. Yeah. I get you.
I can't derailed immediately. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Like, I can't watch TV, or I can't even watch a movie when I write.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a thing that's about to happen. Like, I need either the rain, or like just like a simple podcast. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can listen to a reality television show like podcast, but like one of my favorite things to listen to actually, like when I do write, is like this horror podcast called The Faculty of Horror, and they take like a sociology kind of approach to like talking about horror, and it's so fascinating to listen to because I like the two people who do it. It's Andrea Subissati and Alex West. And full disclosure, and like also a derailment, Alex West is like my hero. She's so incredible with her analysis of everything, even like some that I would be like, well, I don't agree with that, but at the same exact time, I love listening to her and I understand where she's coming from. And she wrote a couple of books. One is about the 1990s horror teen cycle, which I need to send you because I feel like you would love it. New French Extremity.
Okay.
And she came out with like like a gorgeous book, which is about like femininity and horror, and like, you know, like beauty and horror and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't even wear makeup. I don't know what this stuff is. I love this though. This is so fascinating. And I think she's coming out with a new book soon, and I'm so excited for it. But yeah, like that's a podcast that I can like just listen to. I just listened to like the Reanimator episode, and like while I was writing like a new project, and I was just like, yeah, I'm fully locked in. I don't know why. The subject matter of this is not the subject matter of that.
Wow. That's like kind of amazing. There's things I can listen to while I draw, but it's when I'm writing, like if I'm doing like I'm writing my own comics project or something, I have to listen to like music that is not too hyper or distracting, and preferably like not in English.
Yes.
It's like my big one. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta be in a language that I don't know, so I can just like be vibing, and that's it.
Yes. There's a lot of like I listen to a lot of have you ever heard, oh god, it's Johan Johansson's but it's the Mandy soundtrack. Like oh, I gotta send it to you. It's so good. It's 100% one of those things where it's like when you listen to it, it's just kind of like it takes you on like a storytelling journey, but at the same exact time, it's so good. But I'm 100% with you. If I'm listening to music, I cannot listen to a song that I know.
Yes,
I
just want to be like singing and stuff.
Yes. Like it needs to be like something that I'm like, this just sounds really good. I'm going to save this for later, but this sounds so good. But like right now, because I don't know the lyrics and because the beat is amazing, I can go with this. Like, let's vibe together.
Yeah. Well, now we're kind of back on track because we were going to talk about process. And what are we talking about right now? We're talking about process.
Process.
We're doing it. We needed to go full circle, and now we're back.
It's like people are gonna listen to this and be like, "What are you talking about?" Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have ADHD, by the way. So I gotta just let myself live and go, you know.
Oh my god. So since we're talking about process, so if you guys don't know, again, if you're listening to this, again, we wrote a little ditty, a little bookie called The Girl Who Loved Monsters. Pick it up at any bookstore, or, you know, bug your librarian about it, or bug your favorite bookstore owner about it. We would really appreciate it. And this is a labor of love from the both of us. We love it. And also, go and buy all of Ashley's books.
Go and buy all of Inch's books. Just go buy a bunch of books. Run up your credit cards.
It won't hurt. It won't hurt you.
Or just
hurt you later. Right? Like, if you ask a librarian's not going to be like, no. Librarian's going to be like, well, you may have fines on this later on, but you'll be fine. Just, bring it back.
Yes.
So if you guys, again, if you listen to the first episode, we kind of told you about like what The Girl Who Loved Monsters is, but again, if you're kind of like just tuning into this episode, The Girl Who Loved Monsters is about this little cutie. Her name is Charlotte. She may or may not have read this little book. This little book. We all know what happens when you read books. Good things happen. But with this book, this book looks gross. Why would you do that? Charlotte would. I would too.
I probably would.
This is the problem. So Charlotte reads this book. This happens?
Stuff happens.
See, we're turning full circle. Read the book. Read the book.
Things come out. Things happen.
There's 2 more cuties on here too. That's Molly. That's Griffin. Get it for the cuties. Get it for the representation. Get it for the spooks. Get it for the process that we're about to talk about, because we worked real hard on this book. So we would like to start with the drawing first, or would we like to start with the writing?
Yeah. I would love to hear all about your process, Insha.
Oh no. So I guess we'll start with kind of the inspiration of this. I love, full disclosure, I have never lived in a secluded place. I've always lived in a city. I live in New Jersey. I have New York right there. It's always a thing. But my dream place is to be in a cabin in the woods somewhere. Be in a cabin in the woods somewhere with a dog, a cat, a partner, and just vibe out there, and just live a comfortable life. But I love also seaside towns, and I had just watched Midnight Mass, which is basically a seaside town, and that really Devilfish Bay, just in a general sense, is what this town, Devilfish Bay is kind of what I saw in Midnight Mass. And that's the inspiration for that. But with this here, a big inspiration was a book. I should have pulled it out, but a big inspiration of this book was I was reading, it's this encyclopedia of monsters, and it details a lot of stories from different kind of literatures and stuff like that. So it had Dracula, it had the Devilfish, and then it had another monster too. But then when I saw the Whitefell, I was I want to do a werewolf story so bad, because I love werewolves. I love their mythology. Yeah, they're so underrated. They're so underrated. And I think because I in a weird way, I wish that we could have written a supernatural guide to werewolves when I was at Quark, that I kind of was just I really want to write a werewolf story that's in a small town with a girl who just loves the genre to her core. This is what comforts her. This is what makes her happy. This is what inspires her to be who she is, and all this other stuff. All the things came afterwards, but the really big inspiration of it too was it's gonna sound so cheesy, but the relationship with my dad was a really big part of it. And if you read the book, you'll see that in Raymond and Charlotte a lot. Their relationship is just, they're so cute. They just understand each other, and it's one of those relationships that you kind of just go stop that. Why are you guys so cool to each other?
They're so sweet, and I feel when they don't understand each other, they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna find a way to get there.
Yeah,
which is really cool to see.
Yeah, it's the open communication is always a big thing, especially because we have a little thing in there with the relationship with them, and why it's so grounded and why they're so close, but then there's some other stuff happening. I can't give you spoilers. Read the book.
Yeah, you gotta do
it. But yeah, and then the relationship also between like Griffin and Molly and Charlotte, that came from, this is gonna sound weird, that came from Twin Peaks. Mostly because Griffin really likes Twin Peaks a lot, and another inspiration for Devilfish Bay in general was Twin Peaks. But I almost saw, this is not a good way to see your characters. I need to make this abundantly clear. But I almost saw like Charlotte, Molly, and Griffin as Laura, Donna, and then Griffin is not like James. Ancient doesn't like James, so she would never put that upon a character. But I kind of saw him as like Audrey, like this mysterious kind of thing. And it was kind of just like going through that. I was just like, this would be so fun to just like write these like characters like this and da 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 da. And yeah. That was the inspiration. There's a lot of stuff that's just like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a really big inspiration, especially like with a little guy that Ashley drew, and I was just like, I'm obsessed with them. I need a tattoo of them, just like, like it seems so fun. God, what is it? Night of the Hunter was also a really big inspiration. Why is somebody honking?
Yeah, what do you want? We're recording over here. Come on.
Like, why are you honking?
Oh my god.
Are we stopping the honks?
I hope so. What if it's just a goose? It's just a goose outside your window.
I wish. It's only cars. I wish it was a goose. But yeah, but that was the inspiration. The process of pitching is completely different.
Oh my god. Yeah, I would... One thing I want to say real quick, just a note to what you said, something I really liked about just like the way that the story is introduced and right away, there's like immediately so much history that is between all the characters that you get that like you don't even have to get the full like everything that's happened, blah blah blah, but like I feel like you did a really good job at giving us a peek at all their history together, like Charlotte and her dad, and Charlotte and her friends who have come back from having moved away for a while. And I thought that was a really strong way to make them feel very lived in. You know, it's like real people have history. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was like very good storytelling.
No, thank you. And I think like that's the thing, I do the thing where it's just like I always feel like I have to over explain instead of under explain, and I think with this it's kind of just like, especially with Charlotte, it's kind of just like there's a lot of things with her in general that a lot of people may not be able to see. Like, full spoilers for this girl, she has like abandonment issues, she has depression, she has like she's kind of still grieving, and she's kind of like still figuring it out, but at the same exact time she is also like very in a sense angry, and also very much in a sense like, but like the way that like, and I like, this is also a testament to you too, because like the way that like you interpreted like every single one of her emotions, so like visually just like put that down on the page, like I was just like yes, because even like other people, even though like other people may not get it, I was just like the person who like would be closest to me in this project, in this like work, like gets it and understands like what this is. And especially like with the shared history, especially like with the glances and with the being close and like what they're doing, the proximity to each other and everything like that, like sometimes it's like I didn't even write that into the script, the way that like you kind of just was just like, this is how I see it, and like this is how I'm like yes. Like every single time I got pages back, I was just like, oh my god, this is like actually gets it. It's really nice. But also like thank you for saying that, because that was also like the biggest that's also the biggest thing that I wanted to get across. It's just like there's a lot here. There's a lot here that you could explore, but like obviously you're not going to get all of it. But there is a lot like here, and there's a lot to this town. There's a lot to these people. There's a lot to like Charlotte. There's a lot to Raymond. There's just a lot. But like the pieces and glimpses that you do get complete almost a full story, especially with Molly and Charlotte. And you see how, and even in like the, like, again, like a little bit of spoilers, but like even when you see like the man-made monster, like little comic that they have together, and like, you know, all of this other stuff that they did together in the second book, we do like a really fun thing. But it's kind of just like you see that relationship, and that relationship was a thing beforehand. You won't see the beforehand, but you know what it is now, and you know what it's coming into. And that was really important to kind of get across too, especially in a short amount of time and with short amount of pages.
I know. I think he did a really good job with that, because it's like just like showing like they have like ephemera from like their history, their shared history, and like there's other stuff that's like from that Charlotte's been given like from her mom, who we don't see, and like there's just like I like that there's a lot of like that's like a show don't tell moment that I think is really strong. And I just feel like stuff like that really makes the characters feel so real. It's like the reader's a friend, and it's like you're getting to like really learn who someone is over time with these little hints, which is cool. Will you talk us through like how you physically made your script, and like how long that took? I know. Whenever people ask me that, I'm like, how long did that take? I'm like, I don't want to think about it, but let's think about
it. So the one thing too that as we were like going through, kind of like after the pitching of it, and after like kind of like going through everything, I revamped a lot of things on my end, mostly just vibe things, kind of just like revamping playlists, revamping Pinterest boards, revamping like what they need to look like, and like what they need to feel like, in order for me to just write. But then, because we love a deadline in this house.
I know.
Like, we love a deadline. The schedule to get this out took a little bit longer than, well, let me not say that. It took me physically, me writing it, a good 3 months to write it. Mostly because like I was on a fast track, I think, of schedule, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong about that, but it felt like I had maybe like 3 to 4 months in order to like just kind of like hone in and write that first draft, and then kind of going back and forth with my editor. Shout out to Kelsey. I miss you. But yeah, going back and forth with like the editor and figuring out what I needed to do in there, and that took maybe like another like maybe like 2 or 3 months in order to kind of like go back and forth and do all of that. But for the physical script, the one thing that I would suggest to anybody who is writing a graphic novel, a novel, anything of that sort, and you want the character details to stay consistent, use a page in a notebook, just have it dedicated to that person, and as you are writing, write down like those descriptions that you have, because I get extremely, and because of the fact that like my shade is Charlotte's shade, I have no idea what my shade is, so I have to kind of like go back and forth to just be like, wait, what did I say that her shade was to what did I say that like her like skin color is here? But the consistency of just kind of having like just for you yourself, like a dedicated just like Charlotte Bissett has messy black hair, da 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 da, and then like obviously like when, especially like when the script went to Ashley, it was kind of just one of those things where like obviously like you could have like their hair like up, you could have their hair down, but like the consistency of just like having like messy black hair is like so important to like a writing process, and it's just like, and then like I gave Ashley like a whole Pinterest board of like hairstyles for like not only Sean, but Griffin and Molly, just to be like, if we want to play with like their hair too, like 'cause people love their hair, and like black, and for Black identity their hair is really important, so like just kind of like having that too, so important. But for the physical script, it was kind of just like making sure that those notes stay consistent, making sure of all of that staying consistent. But then like I had, from doing Oh My Gods, and from kind of like switching, from doing Oh My Gods and from doing the 𝘬𝘁𝑄, I had softly been learning how to script. And it was like from kind of going into not knowing how to script anything and only doing it screenwriting wise, and to kind of coming into here, I would say, and this is another piece of advice, make it simple. Make it as simple as possible and as simple as you can so that you can read it. If you can read it, trust me, your editor can read it. Trust me, anybody else can read it. Trust me, your artist will be asking you questions. Trust me. Yeah, and then like trust me, they can also like after the questions they can also read it. But it's like I steadily keep learning about paneling every time I do a project, and like consistently like reading other things too, and it's being like, oh, how do you say this, and how does this go into here, and stuff like that. Like it's so interesting and it's so cool. But at the same time, with the physical script, it was just kind of like making sure that everything was consistent and making sure that everything was aligned with what I really truly wanted these pages to kind of like potentially look like. Making it as cinematic as possible, because I come from like such a film background, and making sure that you can read it. And making sure that my editor is just like, you didn't go too far, but how about we pull that thing out of it?
That's how it's, they gotta do that sometimes, and you're like, okay. Literally your job, editor.
There were some things that like I had in there that I was just like, is that too far? And she's just like, I don't think so, but let's do an alternative. And I'm like, you're so right, Queen. You're so right.
Yeah, because like one thing okay. I mean, you're pretty practiced now and working in kind of the middle grade space, but like, were there moments that you were writing, especially when it gets scary later, where you were wondering, is this like too far, or like how did you, or is it something you kind of just like already have a feel for and can kind of like intuit, like, this is fine, or like, like what was that like?
It's really hard. I'm not gonna lie. I think especially for me, who grew up on gore movies, who loves gore movies, but like not gratuitous gore, but like gore that makes sense. Sometimes like I think that what we kind of don't understand about kids is that kids can withstand a lot. And kids love gross stuff. Like, kids
Yes.
will die on the hill of just like,
Mhm.
I just want to see this gross thing happen.
Mhm.
But at the same exact time, you gotta, like, in middle grade, you gotta make it make sense. You gotta make it make sense, and you gotta make sure that, like, you're not, like, overdoing a lot of the things that you could be doing. There was a part that I was really concerned with when it came to, like, the last bits, like with the chase and stuff like that, because I know that could be absolutely terrifying for a kid to see, like, that change, and that the things that she, and I was it wasn't like I was concerned about the visuals. I was concerned about the things that she was saying. And I felt terrible kind of just going like, but I mean, it's like I felt terrible in the moment of being just like, you know, I don't know how this would land. But at the same exact time, I was just like, I think that kids can handle this. I think that kids can handle, like, this kind of a thing. And especially, like, the threats that, like, Charlotte gets, I was very concerned with. But at the same exact time, I was just like, honestly, if I read a creepy ass book and then, like, a werewolf lady was in my, I would also just be like, like,
and like, kids, I feel like, I think the majority of kids, or I guess I could just speak for myself, but like as a kid, when I was a kid, not right now, I'm an adult. I feel like if something was too scary or too whatever, like I have, you know, the ability to be like, I don't want to read that, or I'll skip that, or whatever. And it's not a big deal, but I feel like if something talked down to me or was too babyish, in a way that did not feel genuine for the world building that was already established, that would really like stick out to me and bother me. So I think you navigated it really well. I would have liked this book as a kid. And it's like has its scary moments, but it's not overly scary or gruesome. And also if this really dangerous character, you know, monster was just like, well, you know, Charlotte, I'm gonna put you in timeout, and I'm gonna take away your phone, and I'm gonna, you know, it's like, or what, you know, or I'm gonna, like, it's just like, I'm gonna take your dog to the pound, you know, it's like babyish and stuff. And it's also like, you're just thinking about like even stuff that we think is super kid friendly, like a Disney movie or whatever. It's like that lady was gonna kill and skin those dogs in 101 Dalmatians. You know, it's like
like even in like Hunchback of Notre Dame, like the Hellfire song, like boy, you gotta get a grip. But at the same time,
they did go too far with that movie. I think that was one where I was like, this was the source material. I don't understand how that got greenlit.
I don't either, honestly.
No, that was they went wild. But yeah,
like this is not a Disney classic. We're gonna die on this hill. But like, yeah, it's like it's one of those things where, like how you just said too, it's just like I don't want to talk down to anybody. I never and especially like because like now like I work in the children's department at a library, and like you don't like they're kids, but at the same exact time like they get it. They understand. And especially like a couple of like especially for this age group that like we're kind of targeting with this book, it's just like they get it. They understand. They're going to have to navigate some of the stuff that we talk about in the book, and they're going to also have to navigate like other really hard things in their life. You never ever want to talk down, even if they're a little guy. You never want to talk down to somebody who with things, because then like that carries resentment, that carries like frustration, that carries like, well, why didn't you tell me? That carries a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's like I think, and that kind of goes in with like the relationship between Charlotte and her dad too, because it's just like her dad and like her and her dad talk, like her and her dad, like it's like I understand you and I understand like what's going on with you, but like you do have to tell me, you know, at some point. But at the same time, it's just like I'm never gonna not like have a conversation with you. I'm never gonna not like I'm not going to sugarcoat anything that you may be feeling, because like I know what you're feeling. I get what you're feeling.
Yeah.
You don't talk to me about your feelings, but I get what's happening. And like it's one of those things where, yeah, just with this book, I was just like, I get it, because it's kind of just like, it's scary, but at the same exact time, it's just like I could have went so much harder.
No, yeah, and as a kid, I could have read something so much scarier, but I think, yeah, there's like a lot that's like there's the scary stuff, and then there's like the like hard emotion stuff in there too, and I think you did a good job making it feel approachable and accessible, and like if a kid is scared, they can skip a page. But I think a lot of the kids that are picking this up, they want something scary, and they might just be surprised with like the emotional depth and be like, oh wait, this isn't just a scary story, which is fun too. To be like, yeah, let's think about your feelings now. Huh? That's also scary.
Like, you're gonna have to deal with feelings. So just like, man, that's the most terrifying thing of all.
Exactly.
Just don't grow up to be like these Love Island men.
Oh wow.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna open my door real quick. Let my dog in because she's complaining.
Oh.
Hi. Come here. No? Okay.
She's like, I just wanted to know where you were.
I went to pick her up. Oh, you want to come sit on my lap? Come on. Okay. Here's Beanie.
Hi. Oh my goodness.
You gotta be good because we're recording. You gotta be good. Okay, I'm back.
Okay. So, I guess because like, I want to know for you, like for the characters, for the setting, for the look of the entire book, like what, besides my like Pinterest boards and my like Spotify's, which I'm so sorry about.
Oh.
What were like some of your inspirations, and especially like with the color palette? Because like when you came out with that color palette in one of the meetings, I was just like, to get it.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to be on my lap. Okay, here. Go on then.
I just wanted to know where you were.
Okay, bye. She's so drama. She decided that she wanted to be on with me. That's fine. Color palette. Yeah, I feel like Devilfish Bay really felt like it was such a like setting as character, you know, it was so like the setting was so important to the story, that I felt like I really needed to get like a good limited palette going that really unified the look. And so I was thinking like, okay, like, you know, we're seaside, so like maybe like kind of foggy weather, a little like that kind of muted color that you'll get from like an overcast wet day. There's a lot of like greens, and I was thinking like the algae that you see on rocks, or like weathered wood. So kind of trying to really like notice colors that I would see in like images, but also just like colors that had specific feelings that felt like we're outside and maybe it's a little gloomy, it's a little wet, you know, so you get that ocean breeze, and it's like beautiful, but it's like a little creepy too. So I was trying to go with that, and I definitely I also like collected a lot of images, and I thought of like horror movies that I like that are kind of set in like a small town, especially seaside. Like I was thinking about The Fog is a big one. So yeah, just like really trying to go with that. And then like the characters definitely all have their like kind of colors they wear a lot, or like I wanted them to like really, what the things they wear, I wanted to feel like they had closets, you know, like they were like real people with closets. and with like style taste. And so I don't know, just really once I found like a look for them, trying to like keep like, even if like Charlotte will wear jeans and then she'll wear like a dress or whatever, but kind of keeping like it in mind of like one person is shopping for these items.
I love that. I like it's so funny that you said it, because like I feel like we kind of like look at a character and it's like gotta think like this is their wardrobe, right? Like this is like the one thing that they wear consistently, especially like throughout like animated television shows.
Big time. Which
yeah,
makes sense. It's like it's hard to, it's a lot of work. But like,
yeah. But like I love that you put it like that. It's just like these people have closets.
Yeah.
Like these people have closets.
They've shopped, and it's like thinking about like, ooh, like okay, maybe like so and so likes thrifting, and like what kind of stuff feels good, like with the way they present themselves and all that kind of thing. And I definitely saved lots of, because they're younger than I am. They're younger characters, so I tried to like also not just put on them what I would wear as like a 30-something-year-old. So like I just look at like references of like actual young people in like cool outfits, and like I don't know, I tried to like, but I didn't want to make it too modern where I was doing like hello fellow kids or whatever. So like no one's wearing like, I don't like whatever the trending thing right now would be. Like I wanted them to feel timeless too.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And I think like they absolutely feel like this is gonna sound wild, but they feel like 19 like the 90s MTV. In a sense. Like
Yeah.
it's like these kids like have personalities. These kids have like a style all on their own, and
yeah,
you really, really nailed that.
Okay, good. I think a lot of that comes from like, I mean, I'm thinking about like media that's creepy, that's for kids, and so it's like I am thinking about the stuff I saw as a kid. So I'm thinking about like the first like Goosebumps TV show, or like Are You Afraid of the Dark, and so like some of that is coming. And also I feel like because we've seen like a resurgence of like, I mean it was 90s and then it was like Y2K, it's like I want them to feel like they could always be part of whatever world someone's reading them in.
Yes.
Too. But it is like I am filtering that through my own lens of like, this is what I imagine kids being like, because I'm 36.
No, yeah. But at the same exact time, like I will say, like it's really nice because it seems like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but like it seems it's just like, I think for probably like us, it's like these were probably also like the things that we would have probably wore if it's just kind of like it still has a little bit of a personal touch, but at the same exact time it does feel timeless. But it's also like they could be in the 90s, they could be in the early 2000s, they can be now, they can be like back in like the 70s, like in you just kind of like you nail so much, like not even only the setting that also feels very timeless and also feels very lived in. Like that was the one thing too that like made me so like excited, because opening the first page I was just like, come on now,
her bedroom, we got her house, and I'm like my Pinterest, I'm like, because like that's the last thing I want is for something to feel like a sterile environment, when it's like there's so many opportunities to add to the story with just like what's in the background, like a photo or a print, or just like an old stuffed animal or whatever. Like all that tells you something about the character, and so not using that feels like a waste.
Yep.
Yep.
And especially like I'm trying to find her bedroom, because y'all, It was like, this was like the first piece of art that we had gotten. And I was like, I want this room. Like, you can see it a little bit in here. But, like, it's a house. It's a house, monster. Like, come on now. And then, like, it's just, it's so, like, you put so much, like, detail and personality and style and quirk and weirdness and wonderfulness in it that it just is so wonderful. But I think that also leads me to, like, how long does it take you? Because this is a bit. This is a.
I don't even know. I might have to pause actually and take my dog out really quick. Everybody, I had to go take my dogs out because one of them was staring at me. Should I do the face for the podcast? Is that I looked really scary. But I have 2 dogs, and one of them was, and one of them is a Chihuahua. She's a Chihuahua mix, and she was staring at me and shaking, and she was like, and I was like, "What do you want, girl?" And she was just like, you know, like eyes as wide as possible, shaking. And so I had to say, Insha, hold on. And I had to go away. But I'm back. And they did all their biz, so that's great. And we were talking about my process. So yeah, we get so we got the story going. Insha, you've made a script, passed it on to me, and then it's kind of hard to say how long that whole process took because there's so many little bits. So from me getting the script, I start doing thumbnails, and I'm for the most part staying pretty true to your panel breakdown, except when there's times where I think like, ooh, this could be drawn out a little bit, or like there are only a few moments like that, which like honestly is really impressive for somebody who does just the writing part. I feel like that's like sometimes I've seen this is my first time being the illustrator helping like or like collaborating with a writer, but I have a lot of other friends who've done it before, and I won't name names, but I've had a friend be like, look at these messed up panel breakdowns from my writer, and I'm like, uh but that was not the case here, where it was just like a couple moments where while working them out visually, I'm like, oh, this could like go a little longer, or like this moment could like, expand or contract mostly, or like, oh, there's a lot of text here, I'm gonna move it over here. But after doing that, I thumbnail it all out. That's a pretty fast process, which is probably a couple months. And then from there, I draw. And I usually do them on Bristol board. Here's a page from the next book. So, oops, it's not a spoiler. I'll find a non-spoiler page. Hold on.
Immediately just like, here's the big bad.
No. Okay, here's like a page from the next book, so you can kind of see the size I'm working at. I will pencil it, and I like to pencil in this pink with this pink lead. And a mechanical pencil, and the only reason I do that is then it's easy to I can like remove it after I've done inks in Photoshop, and you can do that with like any color, like blue or green or whatever, but I think pink is just like really pleasant to draw with. So it's like cool for me, but it works. But then yeah, once those are approved, then I move on to
hold on. I think you're scraping against the mic.
Oh my god, I'm like okay. Should I say it again? Do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Where did I go? Where did I start with? Okay.
Let's start from the pinks.
Okay. So yeah, I draw it with a pink mechanical pencil, pink lead, just so that I can do easy, like remove the pencil layer without having to physically erase. And then I move on to inks, and I usually ink with like a Pentel pocket brush, so like a brush pen, and then I'll do a little bit of all the sides, or with like the panel borders I do with a nib, because I'm that kind of cartoonist. Uh, and yeah, I usually turn it in chunks, so it's like I turned in all the now I can't think. All the thumbnails, and they have to be approved, and then all the pencils, and they're approved. Um, so it probably took maybe like a year to draw, I think, give or take.
Wow.
I'm also really bad with time, so I'd have to like literally look at like my planner from last year to know the truth.
I
But a year-ish.
I did that with a calendar recently where I'm just like, "How long did it take me to write this? How
No,
long?"
yeah.
Like
And it's funny because I, like, thought earlier, I was like, "Oh, I bet this will come up, so I should figure it out," and then I didn't. But a year-ish, yeah,
That's okay. I mean, like, that's okay.
yeah. That's, give or take a little bit. I feel confident I'm in the right zone
Yeah.
of time. Yes.
What is time? An
What is
illusion.
time? And then I scan it all in, with I have a really big scanner that I love. Because it's cool to have a really big scanner. Because if you don't have a big scanner, you have to scan them in pieces and piece them together digitally. I don't have time for that. I know. So I use my huge scanner that I'm in love with. I talk about my scanner all the time. This is, like, really silly, but it, like, is really it's, like, one of my favorite things in my whole office. But yeah, I scan it, and then I do the colors on my iPad, and then I turn it in.
I see, like, I'm so fascinated by, like, the actually, like, drawing on, like, a board because like, you don't see a lot of, like, people do that anymore,
Mhm.
and it's so because like, I got to see, like, the behind the scenes of some of it, like, through you, and I was just like,
Mhm.
"You're doing all like, are they
I'm
doing
doing all the
all of this by, like,
paper.
hand?" Like, that's
Yeah.
incredible, and, like, it gives it, like, a whole it gives it now, like, only, like, a whole other feel, but, like, it also
Mhm.
gives it just, like, a natural and unique identity to
Mhm.
it as well, but, like, oh, you nail every single like, I can't get enough of every single page, and I 100%, um, like, first of all, wanna thank you for, like, just being, like, the coolest person to, like, collaborate with in general, but also just, like, looking at the panels and pages and going just like, "This can be this, and this can be this," and, like, it, like, not only helps me out to, like, learn a little bit more, especially from,
Mm.
like, an artist, because it's, like, you wanna be able to, like, collaborate more and, like, work on things that, like, they would
Mhm.
also, like, think, but, like, it also, like, helps just to, like, do more cool shit together and then, like, learn from each other, and, like, it's just it's wonderful. Always trust your artist, folks. Ask your artist questions and
Mhm.
make sure their life and they are good.
Mhm.
So pay
And
your artist.
and on the flip side, it's been very good to be able to just, like, I'm glad that we connected and we are, like, we'll chat, on Discord or on Instagram or whatever, because it is really good to just be able to be like, clarification, or, real quick. Because I know that some people don't have that relationship with artists they work on, especially with graphic novels, where it's like they don't really know each other. And we didn't know each other really from at the beginning, but it's like I felt like we had similar taste and stuff, and you were just like someone really easy to instantly start talking to. Um, but, like, if I didn't have that. I didn't have access to like that, and it was like more of a weird like remove. Um, I don't think the book would be as good because it's like it's helpful to be able to talk through it, and then also like honestly hearing your enthusiasm and like your connection to the characters and stuff, it makes me want to do a better job, you know? Because it's like if you were just some like abstract figure who
That was James
wrote this
Patterson.
thing, yeah, and then we never talked, it's like I'm gonna do a good job because it's like I'm a cartoonist and that's something I care about. But I don't know. It makes me think like, oh, like I hope Incha likes this, or like, or getting like an idea on like what you are really thinking about something, then I can like put myself in that headspace and like be more imaginative with like what the what I think the character's feeling.
Yeah.
Um, and then knowing that I have that trust too, where you like, there's been moments where I've asked something and you're like, yeah, or like whatever you think, or you know, and it's like having that flexibility also to be like, okay, I think this like scene needs to be a little tweaked. Like that feels good too, because it's like there's that trust
Yeah.
where it's like, I'm trusting your story and you're trusting my ability to make it work on the page.
Yeah.
And that feels good. That I feel like
Yeah.
that's like how it's gonna shine on both the story level and the visual level.
Yeah. Like the trust between it's like the trust between collaborators and like
Mhm.
who then become friends is like really important, and like it was just really nice to be able to like everything you said, like have the communication, have just like the back and forth, have the conversations of just like what are we doing here? Like do you want to do this like this? Do you like you I trust you explicitly to be able to like work it out the way that you need to. And if you have any questions or anything like that, just like ask me. It's always trust. Trust. Um,
Yeah, unless it's, like, not been earned, like, if someone, like, you know, proves, like, that
yeah.
they're not trustworthy, it's different, but it's, like I think that's a good place to start from,
Yeah.
especially in, like, an artistic space.
Right. I guess
Um Oh,
here's
yeah.
my last question for you
Mhm.
though. What's something that you wish you had done differently with the art, or like but on the flip side of that too, like what's
Mhm.
something that you would like not change at all?
Mm. Mm. Look at this book. I know that you told we kinda talked about, like, we made an outline and about what questions were gonna be in here, and I'm still like, I gotta think. I
Give me
wouldn't change I wouldn't change the big scene, the big chase scene, the big fight scene, because 'cause I'm, like, really pleased with that how that came out. Um, like, you could really tell and that's part of the reason why I like to draw on paper is because it's, like, I have more fun, where it would take me less time if I did it on my iPad, for example, and, like, there's some people that that feels good and natural to them, but, like, you can tell when I'm having fun when I'm drawing through the drawings, and that's one where I was having fun. Um, so I would not change that. Um, let's see. I think there's just stuff that, like I think it's more like, not even a thing I would change, but there's stuff that I just want more of that, like, I don't know, like, we're on book 2, and I'm still drawing it, so it's like maybe the itch will be scratched, but it's like there are moments where I'm like, "Ooh, I wanna see what this space looks like," or, like, I don't know, I wanna look more in their closets, and I don't like, there's just, like, you know, it's like that kinda thing.
Yeah.
Um, and there's some characters I, like, wanna see more of, but does that sound cocky that I'm like, "I don't know, but it's pretty good."
No,
I don't
no,
wanna
no. Like,
let's
you should be so like, that's the thing. You should be so fucking proud, like, this is one of the best things that I've ever seen, and, like, it's so, like, alive, you know? Like, it's
Mm,
so alive, and, like, I completely get you too. Like, there's some stuff that, like, I'm just like, I do wanna look more into their closet. I want their closet.
mhm, I know they all dress cool. Which is, like, kinda wish fulfillment a little bit, you know, for
Right.
sure when I'm, like, styling them cool.
Exactly.
They're I guess they're, like I'm really pleased with how it looks, and sometimes there are moments where I'm like in the second one, I'm like, I've really set a standard for, like, how much background there is or, like, texture, and sometimes I'm like, "Man, this is taking a minute," and, why did I set the standard? But, like, I don't know, I wouldn't be happy otherwise,
Yeah. No,
but
that makes
I am like, there's a version of this where I could just be like, I'm dropping a plain background in here, which I feel like has become very, like, normal for middle grade.
yeah.
And, like, no shade to that at all, that's just, like, a style, but it's like, I not yeah, it's the fight between being like, "Can this be something that I can do on time and keep going and be efficient," but also, like, I want it to look good, and I want it to feel
Yeah.
like, I don't know, right. So, no
Yeah.
regrets, but I am like, "Whew," you know, when I'm working on it. I can be a bit extra, like that, you know,
But
like a
that's
bit of a
good.
show off.
That's good. Yes. Do it more.
What about you? Do you have
Mm.
anything that you, would change or anything that you I don't know, yeah, your own question right back at you.
I it's gonna sound weird too. It's just like I wouldn't really change a thing. Um, I love them. I love them so much,
Yeah.
and I think the thing is that, like, I rarely kinda see, like, obviously, like, characters who, like, look like me and, like,
Mhm.
think like me and stuff like that, so it's really nice to, like, have these 3 characters who are so interesting and interesting enough that a lot of people may find them also very interesting.
I think
Um,
so.
so I would absolutely not change Charlotte, Molly, or Griffin, or even Raymond, or um my 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 poor English
I
teacher.
know. Yeah.
Poor Ewan.
He'll be okay.
I don't know. Um, but I would not change that for the world. I also really love it feels like it sounds cocky, but, like, I really love this story. I really love this setting. I really love this world. I wanna build more in this world with you. Like, I wanna know more about these characters, and I'm the writer of them, and
Yeah.
it's like I wanna know what the scheme is behind, like, the mysterious figure. I wanna know more about this book. I wanna know more, 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 more. So it's really nice to kinda sit in it and just be like,
Mhm.
"I did that. That is the damn thing."
Mhm.
Um, I
And what a
think
good
what I
feeling as a writer to want more, you know, like,
right?
that's awesome.
I'm wishful thinking and I'm wishful hoping that, like, we get
Mhm.
more, and, like, the 2nd book is I love that 2nd book. That's that 2nd book's gonna be so killer.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
um
Oof, killer. Sorry.
No, that's
Also,
so
I
good.
totally cut you off. You were gonna say one more thing that was, like, a real thing and not, like, a jokey thing, which now I'm,
No,
like, just getting us silly.
no, no, no. I think oh god, I think the one thing that I think I would have done a little bit differently,
Mm.
um, is maybe and I feel like if we get future books, I would love to establish the book a little bit more.
Mhm. That makes
'Cause, like
sense.
yeah, right. Because
Mhm.
with, like, books like the Necronomicon and the Book of the Dead and
Mhm.
stuff like that, you kind of, like, get, like, the feeling that's like,
Mhm.
"This is a bad book. This is
Mhm,
a
mhm.
bad book." But,
Yeah.
you also can't, like, lay out all your cards on the table with the bad book,
No.
like,
Mm-mm.
immediately. But at the same exact time like, as I say that I would love to have put more in about the book, I also love what we put in to the book
Mhm.
right now because it's just like,
Yeah.
this is a book that obviously can change the course of something, and this change the
Mhm.
course of events. This is also a book that unleashes things. This is also
Mhm.
a book that will probably, get a person this got a person, this is a book. This is a bad book.
Yeah.
Like, now a person wants this book. What are
Mhm.
the odds of this? Like, why did this person need to read this book for this
Mhm,
to happen?
mhm.
Like all of that stuff will be answered next time on Dragon Ball Z, but at the same time, it's it is I yeah, I kinda retain my answer. I wouldn't change a thing
Yeah.
about this book. I love
I
this book.
I think you give us just enough because it is, like, for something to be scary or mysterious or whatever, there has to always be that tension and that, like, something left unsaid, some sort of, like, thing that's still hidden, and so I think, you get a little bit more, like, maybe not backstory, but, like, in the next one, you can kinda see some of the, like it extends to what the book can do, and
Mhm.
I feel like for me, I think that it makes sense to kinda, like, fill it in as you go instead
Yeah.
of, like, that big, like, info drop that, like, can sometimes, like, make something not scary anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's the thing that annoys me
I know, when it's like
with,
you
like
know too much.
like
Yeah.
I didn't need to know all of this. Thank you for the information, but at the same
Mhm.
exact time, if you wanted to, like, spread this out to, like, 10
Yeah,
episodes, that would be great. Like,
yeah.
I'm good.
And it's like, that's not how life works. Also, it's like, thinking about, like, the more we learn, like, in science or in whatever, it's like the more questions that are raised.
Yeah,
And so it's like, makes sense that would be unfulfilling in fiction if it's like, okay, and now we know how everything works. And it's like, then what? Um,
right?
so
And it's just, like, it just kind of has you just going like, "Well, what do I so
mhm.
I know how
Oh,
this works now. What do I have to do about it? This is not my
yeah.
problem anymore." Like,
Mhm,
I
mhm.
needed to make it feel like it was their problem.
Yes, and it
Like,
is.
this is yeah, right? It's just like,
Yeah,
sorry you got trapped into this, but,
yeah. Like, this is what you're
seasons
dealing
change.
with. Yeah.
We love to see a upfall or a downfall. Who knows?
Mhm.
Who like, who could guess?
We're moving. Something's gonna happen. We're gonna keep going. Yeah.
You're in a hallway with a creepy figure. I don't know what to tell you, bro. This is your life now.
Yes, yes. Uh,
But, yeah,
yeah.
you
I think we did it.
you did it. Um, so I don't know what we're doing next week. So what season 3 will be,
Yeah,
we'll just have to tune in and
I
find
think
out.
so. I think you'll have
Yeah,
to tune back. We
we'll just
kinda
have
talked about what we might do, and then we'll figure it out. There'll
yeah,
be more.
seasons change.
Seasons change, people change.
Yeah, I think we're talking about graphic novels, but who knows?
Yeah, talking about
Who
anything.
knows? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll
But
talk about breakfast next time.
oh my
Our favorite
god,
breakfast foods.
we gotta start with breakfast.
Yeah. And then we go to lunch, and then we go to dinner.
And then we start talking about whatever we wanna talk about.
Speaking of, I'm about to go get dinner after we get off this call, and I'm excited.
Yay! Oh my god, okay.
I love food.
So, to have us both go to dinner,
Yes.
we will see you next time. Again, I have been, Insha. I am the writer of I could pick it up, this book. And y Ashley has been
I've been Ashley Robin Franklin, that's my name, and I am the, illustrator behind this book right here. It's the same book.
it's the same book. We did it, fam.
We did it. See y'all
Alright,
later.
see you next time. Bye.